So wait, I come back and I get some Rush again? I get Rush?
It's just for you.
Thank you.
It's just for you and our man inside the Beltway,
That's
John
right.
Decker, joining us from the White House this morning. Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning. Rush with the lead singer Geddy Lee, right? How about that?
Hey, on their 15th farewell tour, mind you. John Decker, we are hoping we don't get a farewell tour anytime from you because the reporting you have done since this president has taken into the White House or taken the top job, it's been invaluable. Today we're talking about Trump's trip to Nashville yesterday and also an interview he gave to Tucker Carlson tonight where, among other things, he talked about the distinction of his tweet about wiretapping where he said, I put that in quotes. What does that even mean, John?
Well, the way it's been explained to us, it's a great question. The way it's been explained to us, the in quotes part refers to what the White House says is that the president actually meant to say surveillance of any type, not just wiretapping.
Oh, okay. So he was being generic and broad?
That's what White House spokesman Sean Spicer has said. But we only heard this explanation a week after the president put out that particular tweet. So the president yesterday did an interview with my colleague Tucker Carlson, and in that interview he said that he promised that within 2 weeks the White House, the Department of Justice, will unveil information which backs up his claim that the Obama administration wiretapped his phones during the campaign. But I should add that so far the Republican chairman of the House Intelligence Committee says he has received no evidence of that allegation.
Right.
So maybe it would be more believable to say he was trying to stick within the 140 character limit on Twitter. And so instead of saying widespread surveillance by different means, he just said wiretapping. That would make more sense.
I think that you should get a job in the White House press.
Yeah.
You are so good with spin and explanation. That's pretty good. I like it.
So what about this trip?
Good.
Nashville and Michigan yesterday. Huge focus, obviously, in Michigan was on manufacturing. You have all the car makers there. Where are we after those couple of appearances?
Well, this was a busy day yesterday for the president hitting the road. You mentioned the Michigan aspect of the trip. He spoke to auto workers up there, and then he came down here to Tennessee where I am, and I attended that rally last night. The rally was attended by about, I'd say, 9,000 people showed up. Some people showed up 7 hours before doors opened here in Nashville, so they loved it. They loved to see the president. I asked so many people who were in line, is this the first time you've come to a Trump rally? Mm-hmm. And pretty much everybody said, yeah, this is the first Trump rally. They were excited about that, and I don't think he disappointed. It was vintage Donald Trump. He railed against that recent decision from that federal judge in Hawaii who issued a temporary restraining order nationwide over the travel ban. And so he said, look, we're going to take this fight all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court.
I know you're on the road right now, but you usually do work in the White House. Is this just like a punch in the gut to the people who work so hard on these executive orders and figuring out how to get this through, or do they pretty much expect that it's going to be challenged?
Well, I asked Sean Spicer this very question as they were getting ready to unveil the second executive order, and Sean told me we do expect there will be challenges. So they knew that going in. So they had to write it in such a way that it would pass constitutional scrutiny. And the first challenge against this ban was not successful. So this fight will go on. They will likely appeal it now to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. Keep in mind that's the same circuit that ruled against the president just a few weeks ago. So he's got an uphill battle on his hands, and this may indeed end up in the U.S. Supreme Court, and that means that this issue may not be resolved for another year, one way or the other. So this is going to be a long fight for the president.
John, how long did you cover the Obama White House?
I covered the Obama White House for all 8 years.
All 8 years. So what is it?
Yes.
Can you compare and contrast for us real quick, just the differences?
Well, I think the biggest difference, and I think my colleagues who cover the White House now and then under Obama would agree with this, there's just a lot of uncertainty associated with this White House. We get changes in plans pretty regularly. The president on really a day's notice could decide to go out and hit the road. So we didn't get that much. There was much more discipline, you could argue, if that's the right word, with President Obama. President Obama did not do these kinds of campaign-style rallies right away upon taking office, so that's new. And look, I think that President Donald Trump's personality is larger than life. He comes from reality television. He's made for this kind of thing, and I think that's a big difference as well with President Obama. I should add also that this president, President Trump, is very open. He invites us into the Oval Office, and I think that's a great thing to see the president do. I have to apologize. I have another two-way to do, so I will talk to you.
Okay, no problem.
Soon.
We're sorry to
you.
keep you
Thanks, John.
too long. Thanks, John.